Hi, today I'm interviewing you about the Xhosa cattle killing movement. Would you care to... Ma'am, come back. Please, ma'am, where are you going? Yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay, please explain to me, what was it? How did it happen?
I was but a wee tot when this happened. It began in South Africa's Eastern Cape frontier zone in 1856 when a young Xhosa girl named Nonkululeko told her uncle of the terrifying prophecy.
Yeah, and what did the prophecy say?
It was a scary one. The whole community will arise from the dead and that all cattle now living must be slaughtered.
You seem a bit stressed. What's the issue?
I am a cow.
Yes, I see that. How did it spread so wide and far?
Because Nonkululeko had the backing of people of power in their community, her words were more easily and widely believed. Not only that, the Xhosa also believed in resurrection, which was spread through Christianity in South Africa, which was another huge factor in the event. From this prophecy, the Xhosa believed that if they killed all their cattle and crops, ancient chiefs and ancestors would be brought back and their invaders, the British settlers, would be driven out.
Was there anything else that caused the movement?
There was the spread of the lung sickness epidemic among Xhosa cattle at the time of the prophecy. The epidemic was brought to South Africa through the harbor in Mossel Bay from a Dutch ship that carried Friesland bulls. Not only was the disease fatal, it was also very difficult to detect and contain. It eventually made its way to the Xhosa herds, and in fear of the illness infecting healthy cattle, the sick were killed and the deaths were blamed on the work of witchcraft.
Sounds like a tough time. What are some events that happened around the movement?
The Xhosa Wars, also known as the Cape Frontier Wars, were a series of 9 wars between the Xhosa and European settlers in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. They actually began in 1779, which was way before Nonkululuko's prophecy, and continued to 1879. The wars are one of the reasons why her prophecy was so widely believed. For years, the Xhosa people struggled against Cape colonists in order to drive them out of their territory. The first 3 wars ended in a stalemate, but in the 4th, the Xhosa were driven out from the Zouarveld after British troops appeared on the eastern frontier. The Xhosa were continuously defeated by the settlers, and after their 8th war, Cape Colony was annexed for white settlement. On the 9th and last war, they were introduced to Nonkululuko's prophecy that essentially led to the downfall of the Xhosa people. It caused a massive amount of starvation because of people killing their cattle and crops. This led to their weakening, and they gradually assimilated into the previously annexed Cape Colony.
Ma'am, and what exactly were the outcomes of this? Please stop burning, ma'am, come back, ma'am.
Between 300,000 to 400,000 cattle were killed by the end of the movement, leading to 40,000 Xhosa people dying by starvation. Because they deliberately killed their crops and slaughtered massive amounts of cows, they did not have the necessary food resources to live, eventually leading to the population of the region to drop 75%.
What about some more long-term effects?
The British ended up taking the opportunity created due to the Xhosa's weakened state to take the land. These actions lead to an era of colonial expansion where the Xhosa were exploited through unfair labor contracts because the people were denied any assistance from settlers unless they entered the contracts.
Okay, I think that's the end of our interview. Thanks for coming.
Moo.